Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Zain Ziane and this is the channel where we learn, grow and share all things ESL teaching. It has been quite a while since I've done an educational episode. Oh my god, it's been like a minute and a half, and I must say I have been missing my educational content, but lucky for you, I'm back, and I'm back with another very informative, very fun, very interactive episode that is going to help you grow in the world of ESL. Now, what are we talking about in today's episode? Well, in today's episode, we're talking about the all-time classic ESL topic, the weather. Everybody loves the weather, right? It's raining, it's raining, it's raining today. It's sunny, it's sunny, it's sunny today. Yes, that famous weather topic that every ESL teacher and every student loves. All right, let's get down to today's group activity. So I designed a group activity for the grade 3s, and I just had a few main objectives when I was designing it. So one of the objectives is that I really wanted them to be informed, right? So I wanted to design something that was extremely informative, out of the box. They already know the weather. I've taught them the weather and they already know. So it's time for a review, time for them to practice what they've learned. So I wanted them to be informed about the world. And then number 2, I wanted it to be kind of very realistic. So I included countries that are around Asia, maybe others in America, Europe. And number 2, I also wanted the lesson to be kind of realistic, so I used Taiwan as one of the countries they're going to look at, and then I also used my country, Eswatini, so that they can also feel that, oh, you know, it's teacher's country, so there is an element of being realistic, and there is an element of enjoying the whole concept. And actually the last objective that I had was enjoyment, because I think in everything that you do, in everything that you design for the students, you always want them to enjoy it. So I wanted to just design something that the kids are going to enjoy, they're going to enjoy talking about, they're going to enjoy brainstorming about, and most importantly, they're going to enjoy sharing about. So yeah, those are the main objectives that I had for this particular lesson. All right, now let's get down to the materials. What do you need for you to do this group activity? Oh my god, it's so easy peasy, easy as 1, 2, 3. It is a walk in the park. You don't need a lot of things. All you need are 3 things. Let me show you. Okay, let's look at the materials. All you need are mini whiteboards. Okay, never mind, this is not the one for the activity. So you have to print out the pictures, yes, the pictures that you need, the flashcards and the questions, and then you also need a marker, and then you need an eraser. So when the kids are done writing whatever they're writing, they can just erase. All right, so you take your flashcard, picture, and then you put it inside this reusable plastic, or you can laminate it, it's up to you, whatever works for you. So the kids have this, they have the country, they have the weather, they have the clothes, and all they have to do is read the questions and answer. All right, let's look at the questions and see what the students have to do. So after the warm-up, the presentation, you know, all those nice things in the beginning, it is time for the students to practice. So this is where my group activity comes in. So remember, in the beginning we said that we want this lesson to be very informative, and we want it to paint a realistic picture of the world. So if you follow your objectives, everything is going to move very, very smoothly. All right, so I have country number 1, Eswatini. So I want the kids to understand the concept of weather beyond the concept of weather, of just weather. Because at grade 3, a lot of them kind of think that just because it's windy in Taiwan, it's also windy in Eswatini, it's also windy in the USA. So if you give them this group activity, the kids will understand and get a realistic picture of the world and understand that the weather is different in each and every country. So just because it's rainy in Taiwan, it doesn't mean that it's rainy in India. So that is what we are trying to get them to understand through this activity. So they already know the countries. In the beginning, we looked at the countries, we looked at the map where we find these particular countries, and then I used those countries in the group activity. So let's look at the first one. So I have the flag here. This is Eswatini, and then I have the flag, and then I have a picture of what the little girl is wearing. So I'm combining a review of the weather and clothes. So we have the girl and the flag, and then we have 2 questions. These are 3rd graders, remember? So we don't want to overload them with a lot of questions. We just want to give them questions related to these 2 topics, because remember, they have to write sentences, so that is also still quite a struggle for them. So do not overload them with a lot of questions. This is just a practice activity. So the first question is, how's the weather? How's the weather? So they just have to look at the picture. So here it's rainy, and then the second question, what is she wearing? So they have to look at the picture. It's rainy in Eswatini. What is she wearing? And then they talk and brainstorm, and then they write down their answer. She's wearing a dress. She's wearing blah, blah, blah. And then they write their answers here. So this is rainy in Eswatini. And then I picked another country. Obviously, I cannot leave out their home country of Taiwan, because I want it to be very realistic and I want them to enjoy. So this particular team, 4 people, sorry, I didn't mention the number before. It's 4 people, and maybe 1 or 2 teams will be 3 people. So just 4 people working together, because with teamwork, the more students in a team, the more chaos. So you do not want a chaotic team. So just 3 is enough. So here we have Taiwan. They look at the picture. It's windy. How's the weather? It's windy. What is Lisa wearing? So she's wearing, they have to look at the clothes, look at what Lisa's wearing, and then write down what she's wearing. And then another country that I picked is this one, Korea. And then in Korea, it's sunny. So I just have the picture of the boy. They have to look at the picture, talk to themselves, and then write down everything the boy is wearing. So you can tell that it's a good combination of the weather and clothes, reviewing them together. And then let's look at the next one, Mexico. Okay, we have Mexico here. We have Mexico. How's the weather? It's cloudy. And then, yeah, I also had the US and the UK, just 8 countries, because I have 8 teams of 4 students. So I just picked a few countries around the world to represent the 8 teams. And then when they're done, usually I give them about 3 to 4 minutes to do this, because remember, we have low-level students that might struggle at times with concepts. So you also need to give them a bit more time to talk amongst themselves, to write the sentences, and also gain confidence. Now that the students are done, they have to present their answers. Do they just stand up and present after writing them down? No. First thing you have to do is help them practice. So you have to go to each and every team. I think with the help of your co-teacher as well. Your co-teacher is also helping another team, and you're also helping another team. help the students read out their answers so that they're confident when it's time for them to present. Look at their answers, help them. If the sentences do not start with a capital letter, help them. If there's an issue, they say, oh, she's wearing pants when she's actually wearing shorts, help them. And then help them get to the correct answer, and then help them read out the answers. In that way, the nerves will, go down, and they'll be more confident when it's time for them to go and present. So once each and every team has read out their answers to you privately and to the core teacher, then I think they are ready to go and present. And then presentation time. So you just display one picture on the board, and then make sure that each and every student is engaging. How do you do that? So the rest of the team can read, the rest of the class, the audience can read the question, how's the weather? And then the presenters will say the answer. Then the class will read the next question. What is Lisa wearing? And then the presenters will say the answer. Because if the audience has nothing to do, they're gonna start making noise. So you should give them a role. Tell them what they should do in this particular presentation. If you just tell the presenters to come and give us your answer, believe you me, those kids are not going to concentrate. So make sure that you always have something for them to do. Let the audience also participate in the class or in the presentation, so that they are aware that, okay, when they say something, we have to say something. When they answer, we have to do this. So it makes classroom management, a bit better. Everybody knows what they have to do, and they won't make so much noise. Once the kids present, I think that's the end. Usually they're able to present. Usually they're able to give us good ideas. If they make a mistake, the audience usually just raises their hand. Teacher, that is not a t-shirt. Teacher, that's a shirt. Those kind of things. Most of the time though, it won't happen because you have helped the students prior to the presentation. So they are very confident in what they are bringing to the class. So that's the group activity. I hope you really, really enjoyed it. And more than enjoy it, I hope you are really going to try it out in your class, because it is so amazing. Thank you once again for joining me on the channel where we learn, grow, and share all things ESL. Hope to see you next time. If you liked this episode, please hit that subscribe button and join this amazing family. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye.